Alrighty, so last week ahead of us, really coming down to the wire here. Next assignment is pretty much the same exact thing, but with a different design. In this video, I'm going to do a little critique. It's not going to be very long. Most of you, I don't really have anything to say at all. Some of you, I have some stuff, so just watch when I go over your work, just in case. So, like I said, not too much instruction. You're basically just taking another design. So you have two left. Choose whichever one you want. Go with it and do another design, right? So say if you choose the third design we picked out 2 weeks ago, use different materials, okay? So you're using different materials. If you used rocks for your design this week, do not use rocks for your design next week. Use different materials, okay? That's really the only change. The design is obviously going to be different, and the material should be different, okay? Another design using a different material / objects, okay? It's pretty clear. So, dipping into the critique, let's see who we have first. Marissa, Solo Cups, very good picture, and effective, right? Nothing, again, as I said earlier, there's not too much for me to say. It does look like you did a great job spacing these cups out on all of them too, so well done, Marissa. Don't really have anything to say about this. Good job choosing the wood floor for your background. Awesome. Moving forward, look forward to seeing your next design. But this is what I was asking for, so great job, Marissa. Ashley, this looks a little bit wonky. Let me adjust the. Where do I want to go? Clockwise. Yeah. So, I don't think you needed to use glue. You definitely didn't need to. Okay. For next week, I would suggest not using glue, just laying things out. And, case in point, when you use straight objects, the bigger the better, because with straight objects, you need it to be bigger in order for it to see curves, right? Say if I have 3 toothpicks, it's impossible to make a reference to a circle with 3 toothpicks. The best you can do with all sides touching is a triangle. So the bigger you go, the more circular you can get, okay? So make sure if you're using straight objects for the next week's design that it's bigger. It does not have to fit on a piece of paper. It should be bigger. So that's my suggestion to you, okay? And try not to use the glue. All that you have to do is lay things out. If you have a cat or dog, just try to do it somewhere where the cat or dog's not going to run through and ruin your design. All that you have to do is finish the design and then take a picture of it. The artist that we looked at, he does sand paintings. The work he does never lasts. So that's the same thing we're doing. You create the design, you take 2 pictures of it, one from up top, one from close, and then, and then you clean it up, okay? So the whole reason for gluing is unnecessary because you don't need to show it at a later time. It's you take that picture, and then that picture is the only kind of evidence that you have that you did it. So that's my suggestion for you. If you're using straight objects, you definitely need to go bigger than a piece of paper, and don't worry about the glue. I'm sure that was pretty messy, unnecessary messy. Good job cutting these toothpicks up, though, to make these smaller designs. I like to see that. But definitely try to go a little bit bigger, Ashley. Haley, great job. Careful right here, right? You want to fit everything in. Don't have anything touching. As much as this is kind of just a crafts class, similar to our expressive typography project where I had you take a picture. It's a little bit about photography as well. So you want to make sure you don't have little tiny corners cut off. Take a step back, get a little higher, and take the picture. You don't want these cut off. But other than that, I don't really have any criticism. Great job splitting things up. Looks like these little kind of shish kebab, or maybe they're toothpicks. Can't really tell how big they are. They could be toothpicks. They look like long toothpicks, though. But great. And laying it over them was a great idea, too, and effective. I like it a lot. well done, Haley. But again, next time, just crop it in. I'm not taking points off or anything. Just that's kind of like the inner photographer in me. This drives me crazy. So, good job, Haley. Good job. Dylan, I believe I wrote a comment to you as well. Let's go bigger next time. Okay, so if this was your project for next week, I'd want to see, right, big. Make this baby big, okay? I'm sure you have plenty of rocks around that you can use more than 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was 2 off. So make it bigger next time, Dylan. All right, the bigger the better. This is good for this week, but the bigger the better. I want to see bigger next week. But good job, Dylan. And don't use rocks next week, Dylan, right? You already used rocks, so don't use them again. This is beautiful. This is fantastic. I love this, Caitlin. You did a great job. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It seems like you went to the beach for this, so hopefully it was a nice beach day. Same thing I said to Haley, I'll say to you, watch the tight cropping, okay? I want to see this space. You see how the corner of the top part of the photo leaves nice space from the rock and this space right here. I want to see that space right here as well. So make sure your cropping of your photo is a little bit better. But as far as your design, this is great. This is very, very good. And it even does look similar to the work of John, the artist that we looked at. So well done indeed, Caitlin. Like the same thing to you. Don't worry about it fitting on a piece of paper. Like this background right here, this table or whatever you did it on would have been fine, right? It's not just white, it is black, so it technically is a color. But the bigger the better, especially with straight edged things. It's easier to get a nice smooth circle the bigger you go with straight edge things. I don't know if you're watching this whole video, but I said to Ashley, she used toothpicks. If you have 3 toothpicks, the best you can do is this, right? So the more toothpicks you use, the bigger the circle, the more circular you will get, okay? This looks more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, octagon, right? But yeah, so that's my only comment on that. Good job on making it nice and thick. I like that little touch, going kind of above and beyond there. Well done. But that's my comment. If you're gonna use straight things, make it bigger. And this is a fine background. I do realize I said colored would be more interesting, but don't stress about it fitting on a piece of paper because the bigger the better. Okay. I just didn't want people putting, white piece of paper on the background. But clearly you're listening, Malika, so thank you for that. And look forward to your next submission. This is beautiful, Grace. And at first, this is why I wanted the 2 pictures, because at first I thought these were like marbles or beads or something, and then that close-up, I saw that they were puzzle pieces. So that, case in point, that's why I wanted everyone to take those 2 photos. So in case I was like, I wonder what those are, the second photo shows what they are. So great job, Grace. I love that you added these gaps. I think that makes it much more interesting than just kind of a big shape, right? That separation, that negative space is what you call it in the art world, the design world. So good job, Grace. You did great. I really don't have anything to say. It's nice and big. The carpet is fine. If you could take a picture where you don't see the couch, right, and it's just this, that might be a little bit better. If you can't do that, Grace, do not worry. All right, I don't want you, getting up on a chair and falling or anything like that. But that's me nitpicking. But you did a great job, Grace. And I look forward to seeing your next project and let me know your next design and let me know if you need help with that. Emma, you're our last. This is beautiful as well. It's a PDF, that's fine. But this is pretty. Got a bunch of different chocolates. Hopefully they didn't go to waste. Hopefully you were able to eat them or save them because those look very good indeed. These look like those fancy chocolates. I forgot the name of them. I have them in my refrigerator right now. I eat one after my dinner. It's kind of my nightly treat. But this is great. Hopefully it wasn't too tedious for you. I want these. Are these little Hershey Kisses, or did you break them? Looks like you might have broke them, which is very interesting as well. But Emma, this is fantastic. This is very, very good. And it even looks like it could be something for a commercial or a poster for these chocolates or a brand of chocolates. So great job, Emma. This is very, very good. I'm very proud of you. You've been working hard this whole semester. So thank you so much for that, Emma. All right, so that is everyone that submitted. If you did not submit, come on. It's not that hard, right? Okay. So hopefully you can get those submissions in. There's some of you that are really, really slacking with 1 week to go. Remember, you have until next Friday to hand everything in. If you don't, I'm marking it as a 0. So make sure you are completing the assignments and messaging me if you're having trouble. Okay? I look forward to seeing everyone's last submissions next week.